right, let's go back to OG Vula days here. It looks from the edit like you kind of take the lead on the alliance here, that you choose working with Cedric, I guess, and Justin. Is that accurate?
I think that we're skipping over the part where I go up to the girls and
Hmm.
I wanted to work with them first, and then I got shot down, and then I pivoted, and then I went to go
Okay.
with the boys.
So that was the vibe. Like it didn't feel like they wanted to work with you, Mary and Stephanie.
Right. But what you also don't see is that Stephanie had a conversation with Mary and told Mary that I didn't trust her, which wasn't
Mm.
true because I hadn't spoken to them yet. And so I kind of understood after the fact once I was clued in on that, like, okay, that's why the vibes were off. And so, but I'm very proud of myself for pivoting because I was like, I could feel something. I just didn't know what it was. And so I made the right decision for me in that moment.
Yeah, and who were you actually feeling closest with? It was hard to tell. Were you feeling like Cedric might be your number one?
Yes, me and Cedric had a lot of, I didn't open up a ton out there to a lot of different people, and that's very intentional because I'm not the type of person to build a bond with you and then want to stab you in the back. So if I was going to make a bond with you, I would have wanted to go all the way or not get too close because I didn't want to turn on you or whatever the case may be. So he was the closest that I felt to.
You guys had quite a dramatic first few tribals. That third one, though, was absolutely insane. So, first, Mary is safe. That had to completely rock you, right?
No, I think she was very deserving of being safe.
Well, sure, but like, what are the odds? That's so wild.
I think that if anybody was going to be safe, it needed to be Mary. She went through so much up until that point.
When did you realize that there were only two votes?
I realized before the third time we had to go in, like when it's really when it hit me. Like maybe after the first time, because I was like, I'm not voting for myself. I know
Yeah.
it's one of them. I knew one of them didn't have a vote.
Okay. And so then when it all comes out and Jeff is like, Cedric is basically going to just choose, you like dive in immediately to plead your life. Like, what is this moment like?
That was intense. That was the most intense moment I think that I had in the game, in the sense of my whole game rests in this one person's hands that just voted for me twice. So I had been fighting the whole way through. I'd been putting the extra work in, chasing Mary around the island, doing all of the things to protect two people that I thought were wanted to go to the end with me, and then having that realization that like, oh, he preferred to go to the end with Justin was tough. And then on top of it, having to realize now I have to rely on this one person who wanted to take Justin to then switch and want to take me. But very grateful for all of that experience. It wouldn't have been the same without it.
Was there anything like, did you see it in his eyes? Like, was there something that was said, like you realized you had flipped him over?
I think that there was a lot of intense conversation, very intentional words used by me, and you only saw a little bit of it, but I put my heart and soul out in tribal council, and I think it clicked for Cedric like this is bigger than anything could I imagine. Like I don't want this girl to go out like feeling like this. Like I was working my petunia off in that moment. And the one thing I want to make clear is that everything that you saw from Justin was everything that was said. So that is a biggie. I think that's what, if he had fought more, I really do think Cedric would have kept him if he pleaded
Hmm.
even more.
Hmm.
He had voted
I,
for me twice. Like he
I
was gonna you.
It was so wild. So after the swap, there is a night when you finally don't get to go to tribal. Like what did that feel like?
Oh, that was such a relief. I think people forget that you're not playing Survivor until you go to Tribal. So all of these other people in my mind weren't even really playing the game just yet. Like it's once you have to start eating your own when you start to feel like, man, these bonds, we're building all these bonds with people and now I have to turn on them. Like I was doing that from the beginning. I never wanted Justin to leave. I was very adamant of like I enjoyed Justin in the game and I enjoyed Cedric. And then I ultimately ended up enjoying Mary. So then it was like, oh my God, like now I like her too. So this is weird. So all of the things, all of the feelings.
And after you were merged on the beach with everybody else, how did that change your game?
I call myself being more reserved. I was intentionally trying not to talk to everyone. I was like, I'm gonna lay low. I'm going to try not to draw too much attention to myself. When actually, I probably should have done more talking to people. But everything happens for a reason. How it changed my game was very much I made an intention not to do too much. Well, in my head, I wasn't doing too much, but still not doing too much was, oh my God, she's lazy. I call myself relaxing, like trying not to be in everybody's business. And y'all are like, she's causing chaos. I'm literally swinging on a hammock. What chaos am I causing actually?
Right. And what is it like to watch all this back?
Um, It's surreal, I think. It's exciting because I'm very proud of my game and I loved every minute of it. I enjoyed watching myself and seeing all of the confessionals and all of the things. I had a great time. So I have no regrets. Like nothing surprised me really that was being said. I know how I showed up. I know how I can rub people wrong, like all of those things. And so it was just reaffirming how I felt, I guess.
Was there anything that you wish had made into the edit?
I think that everybody saw a lot of me. I don't think there's anything else that was missing from the edit. Everything you saw was reality, and I think that I'm good to go on. No, like there's nothing else that y'all needed to see.
Those early days on Vula, was there ever like a time that you were just like, what did I decide to do here? Like, why am I here?
Um, no, because I've been through tougher things in my life. Like this was the most exciting thing I've done in a while, and I genuinely enjoyed every moment of it. Even the rain. Like I woke up that morning, I was like, my stuff is dry. I was still finding the being optimistic and finding the little things to be grateful for. There's so many people who want to play this game and I'm getting to play it and I'm playing it hard and I'm making a mark and I loved every single thing that I did. I have no regrets and other people's opinions about me do not concern me.
Was there anything that surprised you about playing the game versus watching it?
I guess how much people weren't being honest with the people they were playing with, like in the
Mm.
sense of you were one way when you were talking to them and then another way in your confessional. Like it was really tough for me to watch the star of it all. Like that was weird because I could only imagine how I would feel. But it was also tough for me to watch. Me and Mary had an in-depth conversation about how she was feeling on the bottom, and I saw her like about to like break down, and I really was like I had a lot of human moments where I was like, oh my gosh, like I wouldn't want to feel this way. So those were the only two things. Is I actually think she handled it very well. Mary handled herself very well with everything that was going on.
What is that moment like in this tribal when you realize you don't have your vote? Do you immediately think like this is it? You've gotten out of some tough times, so are you kind of hopeful still?
No, I kind of knew that this was my game was coming to an end because
Mhm.
the group that I was with, I hadn't had conversations to with prior, and I think I say that at Tribal is like this might be to my detriment not having conversations with these people. And I had just written Chrissy's name down, so naturally she would go after me because it's what I would do. Mitch was just happy to be there, so he would do anything that wasn't him. I read the room very well. I knew it was me. And to the point where after Chrissy told me that the vote was Mitch, which I didn't believe at all, I went over to Mitch and I told him, like, I'm gonna play my shot in the dark. Like,
Mm.
it is what it is. And if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down swinging sort of thing. But I also just didn't think that he would play his block about. Like, I didn't feel
Mm.
like it was necessary, in my opinion. Because even still, if my shot in the dark worked, I wouldn't have voted him out. I would have wanted to work. I've always wanted to get Eva out. So that would have been what my agenda was.
So was that truly your plan? You were going to vote Eva out or play your shot in the dark?
No, my plan was I'm going to play my shot in the dark and then I won't have a vote.
Okay. Okay, so that was the goal, and then you realized you didn't have your vote. So, and then Jeff snuffs your torch. What is this like?
I had a great feeling of like you came out here, you played hard, I had fun, I had no regrets. Nobody can say I was never in the room. I was very much happy with my performance and just glad that I came out there and had a great time. So it was nice to be out there. Sad to have my torch snuffed and stuff. Like I had so much more game left in me, sure, whatever. But also just pooped. I was tired. I'd been through so
I
much
bet.
at that point.
Yeah, I bet. Can you sum up this whole experience for you? Like, what was the highlight?
The highlight, first, let me start off with like, I went into the game giving myself full permission to be myself and play a hard game. The highlight because of that was some of the cool things, like being a part of a lot of the historical moments. The writing in cursive was a biggie for me, finding the advantages that I found. Running with Charity was a big thing for me. I thought Charity was a beast. She's amazing in real life. So I had fun. And just like, if I'm the one that's the agent of chaos, then let it be. Let me be the agent of chaos. I had an amazing time. If having fun is chaos, then let that be the case.
Right? Being chaos seems like so much fun. That shot was so incredible because it's like hiding you intentionally. Did you see Charity? Did you see the advantage? Like, how did it play out for you?
This is such a good question. So I was in front of Charity and I saw it before Charity saw the advantage, but I call myself trying to like make it seem like I didn't see it because I didn't know if she had seen it yet. But she was luckily wearing highlighter pink. So once she started running, I was like, oh, okay, she sees it. So I just started decking for it. It was amazing. It was a thrill. There was a rush that I can't describe. I just enjoy moments like that. She's a competitor, and I like to play with people who like to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got that, you got the beware advantage early on. I mean, does that stuff just like fuel you?
Yes. I mean, I went into the game saying I wanted all of the things. I wanted a fanny pack. I wanted to find everything there was to find. And I think that if I'd been there longer, I still would have found more. That really did fuel my game. Like, that's exciting to me. You find something nobody else has. You get to do all of the things that people come out to Survivor to do. Everybody wants to find an idol. I found an idol. Everybody wants to find some sort of advantage. I didn't have to go on a journey for it. All I had to do was show up and run. Like, that's even better. I didn't have to do math.
Yes. Well, I am thoroughly upset that you will not be on jury. Bummed about that, but I loved talking to you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.